Hi Yogi, welcome to Yoga with Alina, and today we have a super fun 60-minute class that is filled with arm balances. I'm demoing the whole class without any props, but if you know that you want some blocks for your arm balances, definitely grab them, set up the space for yourself, get in the mood, and I'll see you on the mat in just a few moments. Alright guys, we're gonna start this one in child's pose, and I'm gonna give you a choice if you want to bring your knees together, if you want to bring your knees apart. I personally love having my knees apart just to kind of open up the hips right out of the gate. So if that's something that speaks to you, definitely go for it. But if you feel like rounding and kind of making it a little bit more cozy for yourself, probably knees together is a little better, regardless of what you choose for yourself. Find that space on your mat and close your eyes. Take a few moments to disconnect from the outside world. Whatever might have happened before you stepped on the mat, whatever you might be excited for later, and just be here in this moment, dedicating the next 60 minutes or so for yourself. How does it feel? Start noticing any sensations, any feelings, any emotions, any thoughts. And when you feel ready, you can start deepening your breath. Nice deep inhales. We're going to match them with long, long exhales. And start sending the air up and down the back of the throat to create an ocean-like sound. In and out through the nose. Tune into the breath. Let the breath become a rhythm for the practice. Just a few more rounds here. I'm going to challenge you to try and stay with that breath for the entire time you're on the mat today. Another round. Now with your next inhale, you're going to walk the hands over to the right to get into the left side body. Now it's completely up to you. If you want to go a little bit further and activate it, by all means go for it. Maybe you reach a bit more to the right side, or maybe you start kind of pushing through the right end and almost dragging the left end back. I like this variation a lot. That just fires up my left side quite a lot straight away. If that's something you're looking for, go for it. If not, you can just make it very, very passive. Walking the hands to the right just a tiny little bit so that you start feeling something. Another breath here. And the next inhale, walk the hands back to center. You're going to bring them over to the left, getting into the right side this time. And again, you can activate or you can keep it passive, but try to match what you did before. Not in terms of the sensations, really. It's more in terms of the intention. If you were activating before, do it here as well. If you were keeping it passive, do it here as well. If you were kind of pushing and pulling like I suggested before, then this side is going to be pushing through the left hand and almost dragging the right hand back. And one more breath here. The next inhale, you're going to walk your hands back to center, and we're taking another moment, setting up an intention for the practice. Why are you here? What brought you here? And what is it that's going to keep you on the mat the entire practice? Very personal question. Beautiful job. Once you've done that, start walking the hands further forward. We're going to lengthen through the sides of the body. Start drawing the shoulder blades down the back, making sure the neck stays nice and long. Lift the elbows off the ground. Again, not just because you're lifting them, right? Just because you're walking so far forward that they lift automatically. And then when you feel like there's absolutely no way you can go any further without lifting your hips off the heels, this is when you're going to inhale and lift the hips off your heels and come into a beautiful tabletop. Adjust the knees under the hips. The hands are coming underneath your shoulders. And from here with me, inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, push away from the ground and puff up your spine. Let's do it again. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round and curl. Last one, inhale. Exhale, you're going to push away from the ground and hold it for a second longer than before. Separate the shoulder blades a bit more. The next inhale brings you back to your neutral spine. You're going to keep the shoulders over the wrists, tuck the toes under, press away from the floor, and lift the knees just a couple of inches off the ground. The knees are going to stay bent at about 90-degree angle for a little bit. Now, we're starting to activate the core. The gaze is between your hands. And you're going to keep the knees bent exactly as they are. Just send the hips back and up, coming into your downward facing dog, turbo dog actually. Again, the knees are bent. You're going to lift the heels even higher up. Imagine that you're going to press the chest against your thighs. Probably not going to happen, but you're really trying. And together, let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, straighten the right leg, just the right leg straightens. You're sinking the right heel down towards the floor. The heel might touch the ground. If it does, start lifting the toes of the floor. This is a shorter version of your downward facing dog. That is why the heels might touch the floor. Getting into that right hamstring, take a couple of moments to wake it up. And from here, inhale, lift the right heel, bend the right knee again. Exhale, straighten the left leg, same exact thing. You're sinking the heel down towards the floor. If it touches the mat by any chance, start lifting your left toes off the ground just to kind of get into that hamstring a little bit deeper. The entire time, you're still going to be pushing your hips back and up. Separate the shoulder blades as much as possible. And then with me, inhale, lift the left heel again, bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten both legs, pigeon toe your feet a little bit, toes are going in, the heels are going out, still pushing those hips back and up. Right about now, you probably started feeling your shoulders a little bit. That's okay. Try to separate the shoulder blades so that you're getting more into your last on the shoulders, and you're going to keep the legs as straight as possible at this point. Inhale, lift the heels as high as you can. Exhale, drop the heels and the hips over to the right, get into the left side body. Again, still pushing the hips back and up. Still your upside down V shape. It's just that the left side is getting more love, more attention. And from here, inhale, lift the heels back. Exhale, drop the heels and the hips over to the other side, getting into the right side body. Simply intensifying what we did in our child's pose a little bit more here. Another breath. And the next inhale, back to center. Exhale, you're going to send the heels closer to the ground. I know I feel my shoulders as well. I'm getting you out of it in just a second. Baby steps, you're walking your feet forward, coming to meet your hands. Take your time, never any rush. Try to actually walk all the way so that your feet are eventually coming between your hands, and then you can shake it out. You can penetrate your legs. You can shake out the shoulders, your head, your neck, whatever feels good, whatever feels right. Good, and we're finding stillness. Hands are going to come behind the head like you're about to do a crunch, and very, very slowly start rolling yourself all the way up to standing. Vertebra by vertebra, your head is going to come up the last. And once you get all the way to the top, you're going to release the arms by your sides. Close your eyes to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Check in. The body, the breath, the mind, the intention, you know what to do. And with your next inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Right hand grabs the left wrist, pull it up and over to the right. You're going to look up to the ceiling. I'm not looking for a big range of motion here. Then inhale back up. Switch the grip and go over to the other side. Same thing. Make sure you're keeping it in the side body look up. Inhale back. Exhale, hands behind the tailbone, clasp hands together. Reach the knuckles down. Press the hips forward, send the chest up. We're opening the heart. And then inhale lifts you back up. Bend your knees, cascade your body over your thighs, letting that one fist you created to fall over your head. Focusing a lot on the side body today. You'll get the idea a little bit later. Bend your right knee, and once you bend the right knee, the body will automatically turn to the left a bit more. The right shoulder will come to touch the right knee one day, maybe not today. Today you're just going towards it. And then other side, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, same thing. You're highlighting the stretch on the right side. Now the left shoulder might touch the left knee. Who knows? Maybe not today. Again, eventually you'll get there. I promise you that much. Now we're coming back to center. Try to keep the heels of your palms together still for another breath. We're taking a deep inhale. Exhale, drop the hands underneath the shoulders and shake it out. Bringing a bit more engagement into this forward fold. Hands on the shins, blocks or floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Let's do it again. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale down. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, step back, coming into your beautiful strong high plank with the shoulders over the wrist, the heels on top of your toes. We've activated the core before. That should feel pretty good. You can rock a little bit forward and back, getting a little bit deeper into your calf muscle and just exploring the plank. This practice is always about getting to know yourself. So as long as the movement is conscious, never be afraid to create it. We're going to find stillness together though right now with the shoulders over the wrist, the heels on top of the toes, preparing to go into our very first vinyasa of the practice. Deepen how to prepare. Stay here for the exhale. Then exhale, push the shoulders over the fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga elbows and hold it. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up the heart. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Keep the same distance between the hands and the feet. That should be perfect. You're pushing the hips back and up. Probably the heels will not touch the ground, not like before at least, right? Before it was a bit more effortless. Here, even if they do touch the floor, it's kind of very light touch. And that's a good thing because you get to get into your hamstrings a little bit more here. Holding this pose, separate the shoulder blades even further, getting into your lats. And here's the thing, we're going to do this 3 more times right now, this vinyasa. And then until the end of the practice, if you wish to never do it again, your choice, fine with me. But really, let's make those vinyasas the quality ones. Deepen how to prepare. Exhale, let it go. The next inhale, lift the heels and round yourself forward, coming into your high plank through a very fluid motion. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. And we have 2 more just like this. Inhale, bring yourself forward, high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Last one, inhale, bring yourself forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Holding it for the next 3 breaths, just feeling, maybe exploring if that feels good. You can always bend and straighten the legs. That should feel pretty good. And then from the downward facing dog, the next inhale, the right leg is going to go up. Any movements with the right leg, whatever you want to create for yourself, you can circle out the hip flexor, you can bend and straighten the leg, you can circle out your ankle. You're creating the practice for yourself. The only thing I'm doing here is adjusting the poses, adjusting the movements. The truth is you're creating this experience, so go for it. Don't be afraid. Listen to yourself. The next inhale, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling, open up the hip, point the toes. Exhale, the right knee's going to come in and up, touch your nose here. Not joking, actually touch the nose. And then step the right foot between the hands. Left knee's going to go down to the floor. Melt the chest over the right thigh. Let the head drop down all the way. Let the weight of your body open up the hips here. Make sure front knee and ankle are in one line. Otherwise, you won't really get into your hips the way that I really want you to. And then relax. Let this be a very, very passive stretch for yourself. We're going to work quite a lot, I promise you. Inhale, halfway lift, a little bit of movement. Exhale, hips are going tiny bit lower. This is micro movements. You don't even have to see it, just feel it. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale down. One more inhale. Hold it here, flex the right foot, keep the hands exactly where they are, and as you exhale, start pushing back, trying to straighten the right leg. If it doesn't go straight, that's okay, because we're doing this again. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, push back. This is going to be 1 inch deeper than before. Last one, inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, push back. The deepest half split so far in this practice. Bottom of the rib cage down, crown of the head is going forward. You're pushing through the hands. You're digging that right heel down and back through the mat. Again, lots and lots of things are happening. This one is a very active stretch for us. You're going to keep pushing through your hands. Try to keep the hands where they were. If you absolutely need to, you can bring them in a little closer. But we're about to do it anyway, so try to stay where you were just to feel it. Together, inhale, halfway lift, the legs stay straight. Exhale, bottom of the rib cage goes a little bit lower. Let's do it again, inhale. And exhale down. Last one, inhale. Hold it here. You're going to bring the left foot out to the side and then walk the hands back. Drag your right heel in with you. You're going to sit back inside your left heel. Try to keep the knees together. Very, very important for the health of those knees. The left heel is out, and if you're using your blocks today, maybe you sit on the block just to make it a little bit more accessible for yourself. And if you're sitting on the block, then you're completely staying there. Your next step is going to be to get on the floor. If you're sitting on the floor and you need a little bit more, you can start leaning back. You can lay down on the ground. It doesn't really matter. I usually can lay down on the ground, but this floor is absolutely freezing cold, so definitely not in the cards for me today. Close your eyes and once again make this pose very, very passive. We're always alternating between active and passive stretches for ourselves. Keep breathing, keeping the breath very, very intentional, making sure that inhales are there to create a bit more space. And then exhales are getting us a tiny bit deeper. We're here for about 2 more. Beautiful job. And then inhale, you're going to lift yourself back to seated. If you went leaning back, and if you're sitting on the floor or on the block, doesn't really matter. What I was about to say, if you're sitting on the block, you're going to stay sitting there. The only thing that's moving right now, you're lifting that left knee up. And as you're doing it, the toes will turn to face the side of the room. Left elbow goes inside the left knee to push it out and open up the hip a bit more. Again, if you're sitting on the prop, you're going to stay sitting there. Right hand goes to your left shin. Lower the right shoulder inside the right knee. Reach the left arm up and over, side body stretch. Now push that left knee out, kind of spinning your chest even more up, and look up, because wherever you're looking is where the chest is going. My left hand is touching my right foot, but it's not going to be the case for everyone, and that is okay. Just keep spinning the chest up. If your hand is touching the foot like mine is, then it just means that your life became that much easier. Congratulations. We're going to take another breath. And inhale, it's going to lift you back up. You're coming back to seated. Bring your left elbow inside the left knee. We're going to lean forward, flex both feet, and lean a bit more to lift the hips off the ground. If it doesn't work from the first try, try again. And if it doesn't work without using your hands, use your hands. I'm not a monster, I promise you. And from this one, you're going to push into your left foot and lift yourself all the way up, coming into your beautiful, strong warrior two. Separate the legs as much as you can. This transition is pretty fancy, but it doesn't really get us too far, so you might have to separate the legs a bit more. Then rotate the right palm, exhale, right arm up, left and down, no weight in the bottom hand. The gaze is up unless you feel it in the lower back. If you do feel it in the lower back, look down. Bend the front knee even more. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, lift you back up. And we're going to heel toe the back foot in much closer, about 5 times, to shorten the stance dramatically. And then keeping that short stance, send the hips back and reach the right hand forward. When you can't go further, tilt foot, triangle, gaze goes up. No weight in the bottom hand, the top shoulder is going back behind you. Stay with me. And we're going to keep the shape and look down, bend the front knee and float the back foot. I want you to try and grip through the toes of the standing leg. Do not rush this poses. Do not rush this practice. I promise you don't need the bottom hand. You want it. I know I want it too, but you don't really need it. Stay breathing. I was about to say close your eyes, but please do not close your eyes. You'll definitely fall out of it that way. But stay present. This is what's going to keep you in the pose. Take in another deep inhale. As you exhale, start bending the standing leg. You're just bending the standing leg. You're trying to touch the side body to your right thigh. Sit a little lower. And with a lot of control, step your left foot as far back as you can, coming into one more warrior two. Sit nice and low, look towards the front of the room, strong posture, and from your right elbow inside the right knee, push it out. Left arm reaches up and over, extend its head angle, look up. My favorite arm variation, top arm behind your head. Grab the top wrist with the bottom hand, pull it down, spin the chest up even more. Wherever you're looking is where the chest is going. I'm never going to get tired of saying this. You're going to stay for another breath right here where you are right now. And then keep looking up. Nothing changes. Just straighten the front leg. Go very, very slowly. It's scary. I know it's very easy to lose the balance here. But as long as you're going slowly, you should be fine. We're going to keep looking up. Engage the obliques. Inhale lifts you all the way up to standing. Separate your hands. Cartwheel the arms around. Hands are going to frame the right leg. Lift the back heel off the floor and fold over the right thigh. Take a few moments here, getting even deeper into the right hamstring. Should feel pretty good because our hamstrings are ready for this. And then moving a bit more. Inhale, halfway lift. Flex the right foot, exhale, fold a tiny bit deeper. Let's do it again. Inhale. Push away from the ground. Separate the shoulder blades a bit more. Lift the back heel higher. Slide your right leg back and up. Open up the hip, point the toes. Optional three-legged vinyasa. I promised you vinyasas were going to be optional, so this one definitely is. But if you're taking it, the right foot doesn't touch the ground. If you're not taking it, you're working on your down dog split, and you're sending the right leg higher up with every single inhale. We're meeting in that down dog split anyway. Send the right leg even higher up. Exhale, the right knee is going to touch the right triceps. Not joking, touch the right triceps, better yet, the right armpit. And we're going to do this again together. Inhale, open up, send the right leg back up. Exhale, you're going to squeeze the right knee to the right triceps again. What the hell, let's do it one last time. Inhale, open up, send the right leg back up. Exhale, the right knee's coming to touch the right triceps one last time. And this time around, you're going to step the right foot outside the right hand carefully and lower the left knee down. This is a breathe. I need to take a breather here for sure. I'm sure you do as well. If you want to stay on your hands in this lizard lunge, by all means, stay here. If you're using props, you can use your props. If you want to go down on the forearms, go on the forearms, but make sure that your elbows are in line with the front heel. And just take this pose to come back to breath. Remember what I said in the very beginning. This practice is about balance. So whenever we strengthen, we also stretch. Whenever we create something very, very active, we balance it out with passive. And this balance comes through every single pose as well. Close your eyes. Check in with the intention. Beautiful, beautiful job. Let's stay for a couple of more breaths, and then we're going to keep moving because this is where the fun begins. Beautiful job. If you're in the forearms like I am right now, inhale is going to lift you back up onto your hands. And then from here, slide your left knee in closer. I promise you, you will really not regret this modification. From this one, the right shoulder is going to come underneath the right knee and step the right hand outside the right foot. Press into the right hand enough so that you feel that right heel lifting up. And you're going to apply a lot of pressure on the right hand. From there, bring the left hand to the outer blade of the right foot and lift the foot completely. Squeeze the right knee around the right arm. You're going to kind of turn to the side. Maybe this is where you stay. This is crazy enough, so if you want, you can stay here. If you want to go further, you're going to start trying to straighten the right leg and maybe look underneath the left armpit. This is not easy. My leg is literally shaking right now. Keep pushing through the right hand. And remember, wherever you stop today is exactly fine, right? Wherever you're stopping today is where you should be. If the leg is straight like mine, you're going to bend it again around the right arm, and you're going to squeeze it so much that it doesn't drop when you let go of the foot. Lower the left hand on the floor so that it's in line with the right hand. You're going to start bending the right elbow, placing the right thigh on top of the triceps. Lift the back knee off the floor, tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the ground. If that's within your practice, if you want to play more, you can start lifting the left foot off the ground. Why not? It can be really fun. If that's just not working out for you today, you're just going to drag your left foot all the way through your hands. You don't even have to lift it off the mat. And we're going to lower on our butts and keep hugging the right leg in. All right, if that worked for you, congratulations. If that did not work for you, try it again, or maybe try again on the other side. However you get there, meet me eventually in this pose, sitting on the floor and hugging the right shin in. Good. Let me fix my costume here. And from this one, we're going to bring the right ankle on top of the left quad. Lean back a little bit, bend your left knee, bring the hands super close to your glutes. The closer the hands to your glutes, the straighter the spine. The straighter the spine, the better the stretch. Flex the right foot, push the right knee out a little bit more. We're staying for another breath. And then if this is enough of a hip opener for you today, then you're staying here. Totally cool with me. If you need a bit more, you're going to heel toe the left foot over to the right, coming into your double pigeon. And if you're coming into your double pigeon, check in with the bottom heel, check in with the left heel because it likes to creep in too much. And if it does, you're going to lose half of the pose. We definitely don't want to do this. So really slide that left foot forward a bit more if you need to. Another layer for this pose, you can thread the fingers between the toes and you can lean forward. Remember that for all of us, it's going to look completely different. My shins are stacked one on top of the other today, but that was not the case a couple of years ago. It was not the case when I first started practicing. And honestly, that was actually not the case a couple of days ago as well when I was working out quite a lot. It depends on the day. It depends on the body. It depends on a lot of things. So we're not really going for the shape. We're going for the sensations. Let's take another couple of breaths. Beautiful job. Inhale, lift you back up. And then slide the right knee on top of the left. This is where the left heel is coming close to your glutes. Now make sure you're not sitting on top of the left heel though. Your body's still on the floor. And if that just sounds absolutely impossible to stack the knees together today, then maybe sit on the block or just elevate your hips somehow. If you don't have blocks, you can always sit on the pillow or something along those lines. If you're elevating the hips, if you're sitting on top of something, then you're staying sitting upright. This is enough. Your next step would be to lower down on the floor. And if you're on the floor and you still feel like you need a little bit more, you can lean forward, making sure the right hip doesn't lift off the ground. Now, one little trick for you here, I literally use my hands in front of me to kind of push myself and ground myself more into this mat, making sure that right hip doesn't lift. So yes, maybe it looks like I'm leaning forward and kind of reaching forward, but the truth is I'm using my hands to actually push myself back. Hopefully that just made sense. Good, another breath. And inhale's gonna lift you back up. And we're going to keep the bottom foot exactly as it is. So your left leg is exactly as it was before. Grab the outer blade of the right foot with your left hand. Your hands and your feet should already be in the position. You're just literally grabbing that outer blade and then lift the foot up. Once the foot is up, you're going to bring your right arm and place it between the right leg and the left arm. Bring your right hand underneath the right shin. and push the right knee anywhere above the right elbow. Doesn't really matter where it is. I'm not really looking for the shoulder. I'm just looking anywhere above the elbow. From there, straighten the right arm outside your mat to the right side of their mat. And then maybe you stay here, keeping your knee bent, fine with me. Or maybe you start straightening the right leg, just like you did before from that lizard lunge. If you're going for a straight leg, maybe you look underneath your left armpit. You're looking towards the left side of the room. And we're going to stay here for another breath or so. Well, again, if you're straightening the leg, work on getting it a little bit more straight. Your right hip is going to lift off the ground, by the way, that's fine. And from there, we're going to bend the knee one more time. Bend the knee around the right arm as much as you can. Again, it goes above the elbow. Doesn't really matter how high, just above the elbow. And you're going to squeeze the knee around the arm so much that it doesn't fall once you let go. From there, when you secure your leg on top of the arm, let go of the leg and bring your left hand next to your left hip. And from this one, we're going to bring the bottom foot, that's your left foot, on top of the right. Press into the hands, lean forward, and lift the hips off the floor. Now, if you already know your arm balances, you can go from here into your 8-angle pose, starting to straighten the legs and kind of sending them over to the right. Bend the elbows. You're balancing your legs on top of that right triceps. If that works for you, amazing. If it's not working for you just yet, thank you so much for trying. Don't worry, I did not forget about you. We're going to come back to where we started. And we're going to lower the hips back down. Now, here's the thing. Again, if you know your arm balances, you know where you're going. I'm really trusting in you from here. If the arm balance is not really working out for you, you're going to lean forward, push into your hands, lift up, and then just step the right foot down. Step the right foot down, unhook your legs, and slide your left leg back, coming back into that lizard lunge. Good. From here, 2 options. You can lower the left knee down and just relax in the lizard lunge one more time. You know where you were. And if you want another arm balance here, then you're keeping the back knee lifted, you're keeping the setup, and you're going to heel toe the right foot out to the side, coming into that flying split Vinyasa 2. Breathe wherever you are. Just play with it. Have fun. This is why I created this practice, to literally have fun for us. And we're going to meet in that lizard lunge, back with the right knee bent, with the left knee down on the floor. Oh my God, I'm out of breath from this lizard lunge. If you're down on the forearms, lift yourself back onto your hands. And we're going to heel to the right foot over to the left, coming into pigeon for another chance for us to rest and come back to that breath. Come back to the intention. Come back to stillness. Once you get into your pigeon, good job. Thank you very much for trying all the craziness with me. Make sure no hips are dropping down. Your hips are parallel to the ground. Doesn't matter how high off the ground they are. We're keeping the right knee out. We're keeping the right hip open. Beautiful, beautiful job. And then from this pigeon pose, inhale, walk the hands back up. And we're going to bend the left knee, no drop into the right hip, reach the left hand behind you, grab foot or ankle for the quad stretch. Push the left shoulder forward a little bit more. We're trying to keep the shoulders squared. We're trying to keep facing the front of the room. Beautiful job, and then let it go. Lower back down on your forearms, tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the floor, and from here, step the right foot back behind you, coming into your forearm plank. Keep on activating the core. Take a deep inhale, and very slowly lower the hips down to the ground, no crushing, very slowly placing the hips down. Once the hips are on the floor, and tuck your toes and pull the chest through the arms, opening the heart. Draw the shoulders away from the earth. Inhale, lift the elbows off the ground. Bring the right arm underneath your left arm. But keep looking straight ahead and lower on top of your right arm. Left hand goes next to your left hip. The right ear goes down to the floor. You're going to relax your body here. Make sure the right shoulder doesn't drop too far down. Again, we're always looking for balance, and the moment you start rolling on one side or the other, you're losing that balance. So try to stay with it. Naturally, obviously, the body wants to do whatever is easier for it, but a lot of times it's not the best option. So for us to actually create a difference in that shoulder, to stretch the muscles, to work on mobility, we do have to kind of pressure the left shoulder down a bit more, the left side down a bit more. Let's do another moment here, another breath. And without overthinking it, you're just going to roll on your back. Roll on your back, don't think about it. You'll kind of have to scoot yourself back to the mat so that you're back at the center. And then from there, bring the knees into your chest and give yourself a nice loving hug. Take a few moments, you can rock side to side, massaging your back. And then from there, start rocking up and down your spine. We're gaining momentum, and we're going to rock ourselves all the way up into standing forward fold. We're facing what used to be the back of the room. Don't let it get to you. You can bend and straighten your legs a few times. Beautiful, beautiful job. And then from here, inhale, halfway lift. We're going to keep the hands down on the floor or on the blocks, and then bring the knees anywhere above the elbows again. We're going for that crow pose. I don't really care if you lift the feet off the floor or not. What I want you to do is to start leaning forward and start applying a bit more pressure into your hands. Now, if your feet feel like they're light enough to lift off the ground, go for it, and maybe squeeze the heels closer to the hips, closer to your glutes. Good, breathe. Try it a couple of times, why not? And you have options. You can step back, you can move through Vinyasa, you can jump back and move through Vinyasa, or you can just step back and go into downward facing dog. How you get there doesn't matter. We're meeting in that downward facing dog to go to the other side. Once we get into that downward facing dog, just maybe bend and straighten your legs a couple of times, shake it out. You know what to do. Listen to yourself. And this is how we'll match the sides. So with your next inhale, your left leg is going to go all the way up to the ceiling. Any movements with the left leg, whatever comes to your mind, you're exploring that. You can circle out the hip flexor, you can bend and straighten your legs, you can circle out your ankle. You decide for yourself. Don't have to worry about matching sides here. That's my job. The next inhale, left leg is going to go all the way up to the ceiling. Open up the hip bone and the toes. Exhale, your left knee's coming in and up. Touch your nose here. You know I'm not joking. Step the foot between your hands. Left knee is going to go down. Melt the chest over. Right knee is going to go down. Melt the chest over your left thigh. And you're going to let it go. Now again, use the weight of your body. Use the gravity to sink the hips a little closer to the ground and to open up the hips. It's a very passive stretch. Now at this point, you already know there are quite a lot of times we're going to be activating the muscles here, so let yourself rest for a couple of moments. We're starting to move again. Inhale, chest comes up a little. Exhale, hips are going a tiny bit lower. Let's do it again. Inhale. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale. Hold it here, flex the front foot and start pushing back, trying to keep the chest on your left thigh. The leg doesn't go all the way straight, that's okay. We're doing this again. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, push back, trying to get 1 inch deeper than before. Last one here, inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, push back. Gonna be the deepest half split so far in the practice. Try to keep the hands where they were. Again, you already know you'll have the chance to walk your hands further back later. So for now, push your hands forward. Kind of push through your hands and imagine you're digging the heel down and back through the mat. A very, very active stretch. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be visible on camera, but my left leg is shaking right now. That's how much engagement there is. Keep pulling the toes back towards your nose, shoulders away from the ears. And with me, inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, bottom of the rib cage goes down. Let's do it again. Inhale. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale. Hold it here. Bring the right foot out. You're going to walk the hands back and drag your left heel in with you. Sit inside your right heel. We're coming into quad stretch. Now make sure that your right toes are facing straight back and your knees are together the entire time. Very, very important part. You can close your eyes. You can sit on any prop to elevate the hips and make the pose a bit more accessible for you. Or you can lean back if you're sitting on the ground and you need more. You can even lay down on the floor just to again make sure that you feel somewhat comfortable. So I can tell you right now, laying down on the ground on this floor is definitely not going to be comfortable for me. So I'm not going to do it. Listen to yourself. Beautiful, beautiful job. We'll do a couple of more breaths before we start moving again. So enjoy this pose. Hopefully you are enjoying it. And with your next inhale, you're going to walk the hands back up and lift the chest up. If you're sitting on the block, you can stay sitting on the block. We're simply going to lift the right knee up. Don't overthink this transition. You're lifting the knee up, and as you're doing it, the toes will turn to face the side of the room. Wherever the heel lands is exactly where it's supposed to heel, so don't bring it closer in or don't try to do anything. Literally, the transition is super, super simple. Bring the right elbow inside the right knee. Left hand goes on top of the right shin. Lower the left shoulder inside the left knee. Right arm reaches up and over. Side body stretch. You're looking up. As long as you're looking up and spinning the chest up, you should be good to go. Even if the hand doesn't touch the foot, totally cool. Push the right knee out a little bit more. That's going to spin your body even further. And the next inhale, lift yourself back up out of this craziness. Right elbow inside the right knee, hands together at the heart center in prayer. Try to do this without using your hands. Lean forward and lift the hips off the floor. I'm going to wait for you here a couple of moments because I know it's not an easy transition. If you need more than once, then go for it. If eventually you need your hands, I'm not going to stop you. I know it's not easy. Just always remember, you want to check in. You want to try. And then push into the right foot. You're going to lift yourself up, coming into the beautiful warrior two. Very strong posture. Separate the legs a little bit more. Sit nice and low into the left leg. Rotate the left palm, exhale, left arm up, right and down. No weight in the bottom hand. If you feel anything in the lower back, look down. Bend the front knee a little bit more. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Stay for the exhale. The next inhale lifts you back up. You're going to heel to the back foot in much closer, about 5 times, shortening the stance dramatically. And from there, we're sending the hips back, and we're going to reach the left arm forward. When you can go further, tilt foot, triangle, gaze goes up. Working on that side body stretches so much today because you already know the majority of poses that we're going to have down the road are going to require a lot of side body strength and stretch. Look up, no weight in the bottom hand, trust yourself. And then for a bit more stability, we're going to look down and bend the front knee, float the back foot. Take your time, never rush into these poses. Grip through the toes of the standing leg. You don't need the bottom hand, I promise you. I know you want it, but you don't need it. Keep flexing the floating foot. Imagine it's pressed against the back wall. Keep breathing. Stay with me on this one. One more inhale. Exhale, you're going to start bending the standing leg. Just bend the standing leg. Have fun with it. Try to touch the side of your body to the left thigh, sit a little lower. And with a lot of control, step your right foot as far back as you can. We're coming back into one more warrior two for this practice. Last one, make it the best one. Left elbow inside the left knee, push it out. Right arm reaches up and over. Extended side angle, look up. Good, and my favorite arm variation, top arm behind you. Grab the top wrist with the bottom hand. Pull it down, look up. Try to make the top elbow disappear behind your head. We're taking another moment here. And with your next inhale, straighten the front leg. Just straighten the front leg, no extra movements. I always say be lazy in this practice. Why would you want to move extra? We move enough. Okay, keep looking up. Obliques are gonna work like crazy. Inhale lifts you up to standing. Separate the hands. Cartwheel the arms around. We're gonna bring the hands to frame the front leg. Lift the back heel off the floor and fold over your left thigh. Take a moment here as well, getting a tiny bit deeper into that left hamstring. Should feel pretty good. Then with me, inhale, chest comes up a little. Flex your left foot, exhale, fold a little more. Let's do it again. Inhale. Push away from the ground, separate the shoulder blades, lift the back heel higher up, and we're gonna slide the left heel back and up, open up the hip, point the toes. Now you decide for yourself if you want a three-legged vinyasa, go for it. If not, you're just working on this down dog split. But here's the deal, if you're going through three-legged vinyasa, no cheating, the left foot doesn't touch the floor. I know it's hard, I'm doing it myself. And we're gonna meet in the down dog split. The left leg goes as high up as you can. Exhale, your left knee is gonna touch the left triceps, better yet, the left armpit hold. Send the leg back up, open up. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Squeeze your left knee to the left triceps once again. Make it better than before. And then open up. Last one. Exhale, you're squeezing the knee to the triceps. And this time around, very, very carefully, you're gonna step the left foot outside the left hand. Right knee goes down to the floor. We're gonna melt into our lizard lunge, coming back to breath because sure as hell I need it. And then maybe drop down on the forearms if that's within your practice. Now, one thing I really want you to notice, if you're closing your eyes right now and focusing on yourself, then please keep on doing that. And if by any chance you're looking at this video on your computer right now, not just listening to it, but actually looking, then I want to bring your awareness to something. Doesn't really matter if I'm on my hands or if I'm on my forearms, my hips are staying in the same position. The only reason I go to my forearms is because my flexibility already allows me to. And it's just much easier to hold this pose with the forearms down than with the hands because obviously it just creates a lot of pressure on the wrists. But I'm not going on my forearms to get deeper. My hips are in the same position whether I'm on the hands or on the forearms. I really want you to feel it. Good. And from this lizard lunge, the next inhale, if you're down on the forearms, lift yourself back onto your hands. And we're going to slide the right knee in much closer. And I promise you, you'll really appreciate this modification. Bring the left shoulder underneath your left knee and step the left hand outside the left foot. You're going to press into your left hand so much that you notice the left heel lift off the ground. Bring a lot of weight into your left hand. Lift the right hand off the floor and grab the outer blade of the left foot with the right hand. Squeeze your left knee around the left arm, and maybe this is enough, right? Maybe this is crazy enough for you, then you're staying here. If you want to start straightening your left leg, your hamstring should be ready for that. You can start pushing the left foot forward and maybe look underneath your right armpit. Now, it's not easy. It doesn't matter how many years in a row I do this. I'm still shaking right now because it's really not that easy. So if you're struggling with it, I'm right there with you, by the way. Good. And then from there, we're bending the knee again. If you decided to give it a try and straighten it, you're bending it again around the arm, anywhere above the elbow. From here, keep the leg squeezed around the left arm so much that it doesn't drop down. Place your right hand down on the floor. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee off the ground. Remember, you have an option to fly here a little bit, lifting the right foot off the floor. Or you can just slide the right foot all the way through your hands and land on your hips. It's not about, arm balances are not really about those legs lifting off the ground right away, right? It's about us applying more pressure, gaining more strength, and eventually you'll get where you want to be. Chest is lifted. Meet me in this weird pose, hugging the left shin into your chest and just trying to sit up nice and straight with the right leg forward. And from this one, we're going to lower the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Lean back a little bit, bend your right knee, and bring the hands super close to your glutes. Lift the chest up. You're coming into your regular figure four stretch. Opening the hips or starting to get a little bit deeper into your hips. Push the left knee out. Use the strength of your leg to do that. Beautiful, beautiful job. And then if this is enough, you're staying here. If you need more, your right foot is going over to the left, and you're going to come into your double pigeon, working on stacking your shins one on top of the other. Heels and knees are aligning. The bottom heel is going to try to creep in a little bit more, but don't let that happen. And just another layer, if you want to add it, thread the fingers between your toes. If you went for it, lean forward. Maybe shins touch one another, maybe they don't. Sides are different, the days are different, the body changes every single day. Do not pressure your body into something it doesn't want to do today. Let this practice be full of respect, full of love, never coming out of fear of missing out or not being enough. It's not about that. It's actually the complete opposite. Let's take another breath in this double pigeon. And if you're leaning forward like I'm doing right now, inhale is going to lift you back up. And from whatever pose you're in right now, you're going to slide your left knee on top of the right. Slide the bottom heel in closer, but make sure you're not sitting on the right heel. And sit between your heels. Press the glutes against the floor. If that sounds absolutely impossible, then you're going to sit on the block or elevate your hips in any way that is possible for you right now. Maybe you stay sitting upright. Maybe you start leaning forward. Remember, the trick here is for that left glute not to lift off the ground or the block. So if you're sitting on the prop, most likely when you start leaning forward, you're going to roll yourself right out of the pose. We do not want to do this. So the safer bet is for you to lower down on the floor if you need more when you're sitting on the block. But if you're sitting on the floor, lean forward, but kind of keep pushing yourself back, making sure the hips are staying grounded. Another moment here. We're going to inhale and lift ourselves out of it. The legs, the arms, all of it is already in the correct position. You're going to grab the outer blade of the left foot with the right hand and lift the foot up. The bottom leg is not moving. It should stay exactly as it is. That's pretty comfortable to sit like that. And then bring your left arm between your left leg and the right arm. You're going to bring the left hand underneath the left shin and guide the left knee anywhere above the left elbow. Keep the grip of the right hand. You're going to straighten the left arm outside the left hip, and you can stay here with your left knee bent, fine with me. Or you can start straightening the left leg and possibly looking underneath your right armpit. Good. If you're straightening the leg, work on it. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect right away. It takes years, and it also depends on the day. Good. And then if the leg is going straight like mine is, you're going to bend it again. You're going to squeeze the left knee around the left arm so much that the knee doesn't drop when you let go. Let go of the foot, bring the right hand next to your right hip, and you're going to bring the bottom foot on top of the top foot. Now remember, if you know your arm balances, if you want to play with that 8 angle, this is what you're going to do. You're going to lean forward, press into your hands, and then start bending the elbows at the same time. Start sending the legs all the way over to the left, coming into that 8 angle pose. And if 8 angle pose is not in the cards for you, don't worry. We're going to come back to where we started. Good. And remember, you don't even really have to lift yourself off the ground that much. Lean forward. Hips are going up, but you're stepping the left foot down. Unhook your legs and slide the right leg back behind you between your arms. And from here, we have a lot of options. You can either drop the right knee down and come into your lizard lunge and enjoy for a little bit more. Or you can do another arm balance coming into that flying split, Vinyasa 2, keeping the left shoulder the left arm underneath the left thigh. Heel toe the left foot out to the side. Bend the elbows. Lean forward again and point the back toes to lift the foot off the ground. Breathe. That's a reminder for me, probably more than you. And we're going to come back to that lizard lunge from wherever you are. And from the lizard lunge, we're going down closer to the floor right away. Heel toe the left foot over to the right, coming into your pigeon pose. Once you're in pigeon, this is when you get to rest. You can drop down on your forearms. Just make sure you're not rolling to the right or the left side too much. And just breathe. Again, a lot of the things that I'm saying here in classes is more for me. Hopefully that resonates with you as well. For example, this breathing part right now, I'm totally out of breath. So if you were struggling with those arm balances right now, I'm there with you. I did not expect that for myself today. Close your eyes. Check in with your intention. The body, the mind. On your next inhale, you're going to walk the hands back up. Lift the chest, and we're bending the right leg. Send the right hand behind you, grabbing foot or ankle, quad stretch. Push the right heel in, send the right shoulder forward a little bit more. Good, stay with me. And then we're going to let it go. Drop back down on your forearms. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee off the floor. We're stepping the right foot behind, the left foot behind us, coming into forearm plank. Gazes between the forearms, take a deep inhale. Exhale, the hips go down to the floor. Once the hips touch the ground, pull the chest through the arms, opening the heart, and draw the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, lift the elbows. Left arm underneath the right armpit, lower down on your belly. The right hand is going to go next to the right hip. Left ear goes down. Make sure you're not rolling to the left side too much, because that's going to get us right out of the pose. Not a good thing for us. We want to take care of those shoulders. They just carried so much weight from all those arm balances. Taking a couple of more moments here. Beautiful job. And from here, we're going to roll on our backs. Just roll on your back. Don't overthink it. Same as you did before. And scoot yourself back to the center of the mat, making sure that you still feel comfortable. When you're at the center of the mat, bring the knees into your chest, giving yourself a loving hug. You can rock a little bit side to side again. And then from here, we're going to start rocking up and down. Same thing we did before. Use momentum to rock yourself all the way up into your standing forward fold. We're meeting at the standing forward fold, facing the front of the room, just like we started the practice. Good, and then from here, inhale halfway lift. Heel to your feet about mat distance apart, and bring your toes in. The heels are going out. Grab the outer blades of your feet or your ankles. Pull the crown of the head down towards the floor. Shoulders away from the ears, neck is long. Imagine you're doing a pull-up. If you're doing a pull-up, you're definitely bending the elbows. The more weight you bring into the front of your feet, the more you'll feel it in the hamstrings. And see if you can push into the outer blades of your feet. You will feel it more in your glutes. I had a glute workout the other day, so I'm feeling it so much right now. And let it go. Drop the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the heels in, toes out. Exhale, sit nice and low, coming into your yogi squat. The chest is lifted. You're going to bring the hands at the heart center in prayer. Elbows are pushed against the knees. Close your eyes if you need to. Opening the hips a little bit further. Good. And one tiny little arm balance left for us in this practice. We're going down to the floor permanently very soon. I promise you that much. Lift the hips up just a couple of inches. Bring the hands between your legs. The fingers are going to keep facing the front of the room. And then bring the hands behind your heels. Right away, you'll feel like you're creating this little shelf for your thighs out of your triceps. And we're going to literally sit on top of the triceps and start leaning back. Again, not about you lifting the feet off the ground, but if you feel lightness, then start bringing the feet closer together. And maybe you squeeze the knees around your arms enough to lift the feet off the ground. You're kind of already in the pose. If this is where you stay, this is where you stay. Cool with me. If you want to play even further, see if you can start straightening the legs. If you're straightening the legs, try to push away from the floor. Try to straighten the arms as well. And have fun with this next transition. We're lowering the hips down to the ground and see if you can grab the outer blades of your feet and pull the knees outside the rib cage. Seated balancing, weird happy baby. Take a moment. If the legs are bent, you can straighten them out, but make sure the back is staying straight. Very, very, very important part. Shoulders are staying away from the ears. And then without crushing, bend your knees again and lower the heels down to the floor. We're sliding the legs out as far as they go, coming into wide-legged sit. Pull the flesh away from the sit bones. Hands behind the tailbone to lengthen the spine again. Lift the chest, and maybe this is where you stay. If you want to start folding forward, you can start pushing yourself with your hands first. Make sure the shoulders are not rounding down, right? This is not a down fold. This is a forward fold. And if you bring the hands in front of you, you're going to start pulling yourself there. Now here's the thing, something that I see a lot in classes. The people, the students, right? They start lifting the hands off the mat and, I don't know, doing something weird. You cannot pull on anything if your hands are in the air. So really keep them grounded and pull. There's nothing happening in the air, I promise you. We're going to keep pulling ourselves for just another couple of breaths. Again, shoulders away from the ears. That's the same that you did when you were standing. Good. And then inhale, lift yourself back up. Bring the hands underneath your knees. Bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, grab the toes. Pull the crown of the head forward. Again, use the strength of your thighs to push the knees out. Keep the chest going forward, not down. Eventually, yes, what we see is how people are coming closer to the floor. What we don't see is the intention behind their movement. They're actually lengthening. That's the only way. Inhale is going to lift you back up. Hands under your knees. Again, bring the knees together. Bring the chest on top of your thighs. Flex your feet. Grab the outer blades of your feet. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. The bottom of the rib cage stays on your thighs, and it's going to stay there the whole time. Start pushing the heels forward. And at the same time, you're pulling the shoulder blades down. If that means that the chest, if for chest to stay on the thighs, you need to keep your knees bent, then you're staying there. Cool with me. Our priority is the back at this point. You've done so much for the hamstrings. Let's give our back some love. And if the legs do go straight and you want to intensify it even more, maybe grab a prop here. Pull the shoulder blades down the back and the shoulders away from the ears. And it's a constant pull-push situation. Staying here for another moment. And we're going to let go. Round the back, straighten the legs. Slowly roll yourself all the way up to seated. Even slower, keep the C-curve of your spine. You're lowering yourself all the way down to the ground. Take your time. Make sure you get comfortable on the mat once you get there. And then from there, just simply relax your body. Let it become very heavy on the ground. Let the arms fall open. Let the legs relax. And this is my way to welcome you in your final posture of the practice, your final Shavasana. Let's take a deep inhale together. Exhale, let it go. Let's do it again. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Let this be enough for this practice. I really encourage you to stay in this pose for the next 3 to 5 minutes, letting the body take in everything you just did. And I want to thank you so much, Yogi, for trusting in me to guide you through this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. And from my heart to yours, I say namaste.